History remembers empires by their monuments, by their victories, by their emperors. But Rome was not built by emperors. It was built by slaves. And in the shadows of marble temples and golden triumphs, there existed places where freedom died in just 72 hours. 72 hours. That was all it took. 3 days to turn a queen into property. 3 days to erase a name. 3 days to transform royalty into inventory. This is the story of the Roman slave centers, the places where dignity was stripped, identity was broken, and human beings were processed like cargo. It usually began with fire. A city burned, a kingdom collapsed. A rebellion failed. Roman legions, disciplined and relentless, marched through the smoking ruins of defeated lands, whether in Gaul, Carthage, Judea, or the distant tribes of Britannia. The result was the same. The strongest were killed, the leaders executed. The rest were bound. Among them were princesses, noblewomen, queens. To Rome, defeat meant enslavement. Chains replaced crowns. The journey began immediately. Survivors were herded together under armed guard. Hands tied, necks jucked. Families were separated before the march even started. Children cried. Mothers screamed. Husbands were beaten for resisting. It did not matter who you had been, only what you were now worth. The captives marched for days, sometimes weeks. Those who fell were left behind or killed. Roman soldiers understood their cargo. Healthy slaves meant profit. Damaged ones meant loss. So they were fed just enough to survive. When they reached Roman territory, many were transported to one of the empire's slave processing centers. The largest markets operated in cities like Rome, Ephesus, and Delos. Delos was infamous. Ancient sources suggest thousands of slaves could be sold there in a single day. Imagine arriving there as a captured queen. Just days ago, you commanded armies. Now, you stood barefoot on stone. The first 24 hours were about destruction. Not physical destruction, identity destruction. Clothing was removed. Jewelry confiscated. Hair often cut. Noble garments were replaced with simple tunics or nothing at all. Slave traders recorded basic details: age, strength, skills, appearance. Names were rarely preserved. A queen might be renamed Livia or Gaia. Common Roman names assigned without meaning. Some were branded. Others fitted with iron collars engraved with messages. I have run away. Return me. In a single day, titles disappeared. Royal blood meant nothing in the Roman market. Only value mattered. The second day determined fate. Traders inspected bodies carefully. Teeth examined, skin checked for disease. Hands evaluated for labor. Young women were assessed for beauty. Men for strength. Educated captives were tested for literacy. A Greek noblewoman who could read might fetch an enormous price as a tutor. A captured queen with refinement, language skills, and poise. She would not be sent to the fields. She would be sold to a senator, or worse still, a private household, where power existed without witnesses. Rome's elite prized exotic captives. A woman from Britannia, a noble from Judea, a princess from Gaul. They were status symbols. Owning royalty was proof of dominance. The final day was the auction. Platforms displayed slaves publicly. Buyers walked around them as if examining livestock. They asked questions. They touched arms, lifted chins, inspected backs. Auctioneers praised features loudly. Strong shoulders. Educated. Unspoiled. Fit for a noble house. Some slaves wore chalked signs around their neck listing skills. If defects existed, Roman law technically required sellers to disclose them. But deception was common. A queen might stand silently as strangers debated her price. The hammer fell. Ownership transferred instantly. 72 hours after capture, a ruler became property. These centers were not chaotic dungeons. They were organized, efficient, industrial. Rome's economy depended on slave labor. By some estimates, slaves made up 20 to 30% of the population of Italy during peak imperial periods. Processing centers functioned like human warehouses. Captives were sorted into different categories: agricultural labor, domestic service, mining, gladiatorial schools, sexual exploitation, and skilled professions. Some were sent to the brutal silver mines of Hispania, others to vast estates in Sicily, a few to the grand households of Rome itself. For noble women, outcomes varied. Some became household managers, some tutors, some concubines. Freedom was rare but not impossible. When Rome defeated foreign rulers, even royalty was not spared. After the fall of Vercingetorix, during the Gallic Wars, led by Julius Caesar, thousands of Gauls were enslaved. During the Jewish-Roman Wars, captives from Jerusalem were paraded in Rome's victory triumphs, displayed publicly before imprisonment or execution. Others vanished quietly into slave markets. History preserves the generals' names, rarely the enslaved queens. The 72-hour system worked because it was fast. Shock prevented organized resistance. By removing identity immediately, Rome ensured submission. A former queen who hesitated could be beaten. One who resisted sale could be whipped publicly. The message was clear: your past does not exist. Only your owner does. After purchase, reality depended entirely on the buyer. Some slaves experienced relatively stable domestic roles. Others endured relentless abuse. A beautiful noblewoman might live inside luxury, yet remain imprisoned by invisible chains. Roman law considered slaves property. They could not legally marry. They could not own property independently. They could be punished without formal trial. Yet some bought their freedom. Manumission existed. A freed slave became a liberata, but even freedom carried limits. Status never fully returned. The Roman Empire expanded for centuries, and each conquest fed the markets. It is estimated that millions were enslaved over Rome's history. Entire regions were depopulated. Slave centers thrived during expansion and slowed during peace, which partly explains why Rome relied so heavily on continued conquest. War fueled the economy. Human lives were currency. These 72 hours reveal something deeper about empire. Rome did not merely defeat enemies. It converted them into infrastructure. Roads, fields, homes, mines, bathhouses. Behind every marble column stood invisible labor. Behind every emperor stood thousands whose names were erased in 3 days. Imagine standing in a market in ancient Rome. You see a woman on a platform, poised, silent, her accent unfamiliar, her posture regal despite the chains. 3 days ago, she commanded loyalty. Now, she awaits a bid. The crowd sees a slave. History sees nothing. But for 72 hours, everything changed, and Rome grew stronger. Thanks for watching. If you found this story compelling, please like and subscribe for more hidden histories.